There is a quiet power in the person who says nothing. While the world is busy shouting for attention, there is a specific group of people who move like ghosts in a crowded room. They listen more than they speak, they observe more than they participate, and they keep their most precious thoughts locked away in a vault that very few ever see the key to. Most people think these individuals are shy, or perhaps they have nothing to say. But the truth is much deeper and perhaps a little more dangerous. To understand the psychology of those who don't share everything, you have to look past the surface and into the mechanics of power, self-preservation, and a level of self-control that most people will never achieve. In our modern world, we are taught that transparency is a virtue. We are told that if we don't share our lives, we don't exist. We are encouraged to broadcast our wins, our losses, our meals, and our heartbreaks to a gallery of strangers. But the person who moves in silence has realized something the rest of the world has forgotten. Information is the only true currency that exists. When you share everything, you are essentially printing money and throwing it into the wind.
You are giving away your edge. You are handing over the blueprints of your mind to people who haven't earned the right to see them. The psychology of the non-sharer is built on a foundation of information asymmetry. They know that as long as you don't know what they're thinking, you cannot predict their next move. And as long as you cannot predict their move, you cannot control them. Think about the people in your life who are open books. Within 5 minutes of meeting them, you know their political views, their childhood traumas, their financial struggles, and their dreams for the future. By knowing everything, you have effectively stripped them of their mystery. They become predictable. They become a solved puzzle. And in the game of human interaction, once you are solved, you are often dismissed. The person who doesn't share everything understands the observer's advantage. While others are busy broadcasting, they are busy receiving. They notice the slight tremor in a colleague's voice. They see the micro expressions of envy in a friend's smile. They hear the things that aren't being said.
Because they aren't spending energy talking about themselves, they have a surplus of energy to study everyone else. They are the most dangerous person in the room because they know your weaknesses, but you don't even know their middle name. This isn't just about being secretive. It's about internal validation. The psychological drive to share is often a drive for approval. When someone posts a photo of a new car or a workout, they are usually looking for a like to tell them they are doing well. They need the world to confirm their reality. But the person who doesn't share has found a way to validate themselves from within. They don't need 1,000 strangers to tell them they are successful because their bank account, their peace of mind, and their personal growth are the only receipts they need. They don't want your applause. They want your results. There is also a profound psychological protection in staying quiet, the protection of the seed. There is a phenomenon in psychology called social reality. When you tell people about a big goal, like starting a business or losing weight, your brain receives a hit of dopamine, as if you've already done it. This premature reward actually drains your motivation to do the actual work. The non-sharer knows this instinctively.
They keep their goals in the dark, under the soil, where they can grow without the interference of other people's doubts, jealousy, or premature praise. They don't want you to see the process. They only want you to see the finished product when it's too big to be ignored. Furthermore, being a private person is an act of emotional economy. Every person only has a certain amount of emotional energy to spend each day. If you spend that energy explaining your life to people who don't actually care about you, you have nothing left for the people who do. The quiet person isn't antisocial. They are selectively social. They realize that 99% of people are just spectators in your life, not participants. Why give a spectator the same access as a teammate? In a world obsessed with oversharing, privacy has become a luxury good. It is a sign of high status. It suggests that your life is so interesting and so fulfilling that you don't have time to stop and document it for others. It suggests that you are the captain of your own ship and you don't need a lighthouse to tell you where to go. By staying quiet, you create a vacuum.
And in human psychology, a vacuum must be filled. People will project their own fears, their own respect, and their own curiosity onto you.
because you don't define yourself for them, they are forced to wonder who you truly are. That mystery creates a natural gravity. It makes people want to get closer to you, to earn your trust, and find out what's behind the curtain. The next time you feel the urge to tell everyone your business, ask yourself, am I speaking to add value, or am I speaking because I'm afraid of the silence? Am I sharing this because I trust this person, or because I'm looking for a quick hit of attention? Remember, the ocean is deep and silent, but it holds more power than the loudest splashing stream. Your depth is your strength, your privacy is your peace, and your silence is your shield. You don't owe the world an explanation for who you are, what you're doing, or where you're going. Move in the shadows. Build in the dark. Let your success be the only noise you ever make. Before you go, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever shared a dream or a secret with someone only for have them use it against you or discourage you? Or are you the type of person who has already learned that moving in silence is the only way to win? If you agree that silence is often safer than careless speech, comment the word exactly below. It lets me know who in this community understands the power of the quiet path. And if these words resonated with you, share them with the one person you trust, the one who has earned the right to hear your silence. Don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the human mind. Until next time, guard your heart and be wise with your words.